Hey, welcome back to my channel and to another weigh-in. Now you'll hear my washing machine in the background, so hopefully it won't distract you too bad. Listen, y'all remember last week I gained 11 something? Moment of silence. Peace. I have the other one that says Harmony. Got them at Marshall's last year, so they're good stuff. You know what I don't like about coffee cups is the pretty part is facing you. I'd rather it be facing out. I know what it looks like. If I'm drinking, I would rather the person with me see the pretty part, but it's good for a left-hander. That's just my that has nothing to do with power here. So it was like 11 something last week. That was after Thanksgiving and after David's mom passing, all the eating we did for that. Well, I'll just tell you the numbers for this week and then we'll talk about it. I weighed in at 319.2. Hold on to your hat, for a loss of 10.4. And that puts me back over 50, so that puts me at 57.9. Don't know how I did it. Don't have a clue how I did it, other than the fact, I won't say I buckled down. Let's say, you know how you got the shoulder strap and the waist strap on the car seat? Maybe I had the shoulder strap, but I didn't have the waist strap, so I was halfway buckled. I didn't eat out like I wanted to, because I got in that kind of frame of mind that week, and when you get so overboard into it, it's kind of hard to pull yourself back. You just kind of do a little bit of dog paddling there. But we didn't give in. We did go out to eat. I wanted to go out to eat Saturday because I wasn't feeling good. I said, well, can we switch our eating out from Sunday to Saturday? He's like, well, we sure can. That's about it. His standard answer if I ask him, can we do something? Well, we sure can. If that's what you want to do, honey. Bless his heart. That's what he does. So we was trying to decide what to eat. And normally I don't eat inside a restaurant because it's hard for me to get it up and down off of the chairs. It just depends on, I can't really think of anybody that has high sitting chairs. I can't bend my knees and lower myself. They get to a point and then I just have to drop, right? I can't remember where we were. When we went to the fish camp with the kids, was it a month ago? Has it been a month? I didn't realize how low the chairs were, and I went to sit down. I fell out of that thing. So I don't really go out to eat a lot just because, it's embarrassing when I try to get up. It's embarrassing having to hold on and take forever to stand up. So it's just easier to get it and bring it home is what I'm trying to say. But we decided we would go somewhere we ain't been in literal years, probably 5 years, because they were closed down probably a good year. They had a fire in the kitchen, so they was probably closed down a year, and it had been how many years before that? They've been open. I think they opened up after the big COVID, was over, the biggest part of it. After things started opening back up, they opened back up. Anyway, it's China buffet. We just thought that sounded good. We was naming things we'd had already, in the past little bit. Chinese was one of them from our favorite Chinese place, Dragon Walks. But we thought, well, we'll just go. So we had Chinese, and I ate what I wanted. I didn't overdo it, but I didn't underdo it either. I didn't watch what I ate. I didn't try to pick out the healthy stuff. I didn't start with a salad. I'm sorry. I don't go to no Chinese restaurant for a salad. No. I get them at other places or at home. I go for the stuff I can't get at home. like sesame chicken. And I always eat lo mein instead of fried rice because that's my favorite. So I had lo mein, sesame chicken. I had the coconut shrimp chicken. Some restaurants call it walnut chicken, but it's the same thing. It's got that creamy white, oh my gosh, that creamy white sauce on them little fried chicken bits. Oh my gosh, that stuff is so good. I had some crab rangoon, had a couple of the fried biscuits. Lots of places calls them donuts. No, they's fried wop biscuits is what they are. Matter of fact, one of the restaurants we used to go to many, many, many years ago, it's not even there anymore. I was at the Aldi's one day. I saw the girl that works in there. She had, I mean, I don't know how many cans of Watt biscuits that girl. I'm like, well, there goes my Chinese donuts. All they do is deep fry them and roll them in that good old sugar, that coarse sugar, you know. So if you at the Chinese restaurant, don't think you're getting something fancy, because you ain't. That don't mean it ain't good though, because you can make them at home if you want to. Just get you some and deep fry them, roll them in some sugar, and there you go. So I had that, and I had some wonton soup, and I was not stingy on the crunchy wonton strips either, because to me that's what makes the soup. So what I'm telling you is, it sounds like I had a lot. I didn't have a huge quantity, but I had bits of it, bits of this and bits of that and bits of that. And so I did eat out Saturday, and I ate good. And then the rest of the week, we didn't eat out. We wanted to. We didn't get no milkshakes. We wanted to. I wanted a milkshake. I asked for a milkshake every day for 3 or 4 days, knowing I didn't really want to get it, but I wanted it. I'm like, you know what'd be good? He just looked at me. A milkshake. Yep, a milkshake. What kind you want? I always get the chocolate with the Reese cups in it, but it's the time of year for eggnog, and it's the only time you can get it. I think it's December through January at the cookout. I'm wanting a eggnog milkshake so bad I can't see straight. That might happen this weekend, because like I did with the pumpkin spice latte, I said I will have one for the season, and I had my one, and that was it. I will have one eggnog milkshake for the Christmas season. McDonald's used to make the best. I don't even know if they still make milkshakes. It's been so many years since I've had one. Back in my fat day. Like I ain't fat now. Back in my fat acting days, I would get milkshakes like they was just water, and they had the best eggnog milkshakes around, if you can believe that. So I might get me one this weekend. I just might. Didn't go on and go up to the corner store, get no Little Debbie's, nothing. I didn't do none of that. But I did eat more of my Simply Feeling foods than I probably should have. So that's why I'm shocked that I lost 10 pounds, is because I really ate a quantity of food during the week, not counting the eating out. I ate the suppers I had planned. I ate the lunches I had planned, the breakfast I had planned, and then I filled in between with all kind of stuff. If I was hungry, I ate something, and I felt like I was hungry all week. So I really don't know how I lost it. I really don't care. Well, I do care, because I would like to duplicate that, but I don't think I will duplicate this week, just for the fact that I had so much food. I feel like it was so much food. Maybe I didn't do as bad as I feel like I did. Otherwise, it would have shown up on the scales. I hope it's not some fluke, and then next week I gain weight. I ain't trying to call it up. Let me let me put that back in my mouth, because y'all know I believe in calling stuff up. Listen, you know what I called up? Y'all go on laugh. Y'all go on laugh if you want to. If you say something, you will call it up. I'll call things up by thinking it. I sat over there night before last, looked at my little tree. Sometimes I film it in the kitchen. I got my little holiday tree that I decorate for the different seasons or whatever. It's got white lights on it that come with it. So the white lights is lit up for Christmas, because I took my orange ones off for Halloween and fall. I sat over there and I was looking at that tree. I was over in my chair and I was looking at that tree. I thought, you know what? Them lights that come on that little thing sure have been good ones. Yesterday, they burnt out as good as I'm sitting here talking to you. They burnt out. So now I don't have lights on my tree. And if you think I'm going to take it apart and try to find out where it burnt out, you are wrong. It is Christmas time. I will just go buy me a new set for whenever I undecorate it and put a new set on there. Listen, them lights probably 10 years old. Who knows? But I called it up. I thought about it. You know, David will say something. I'm like, he's like, oh, I know. So, y'all believe what you want, but you will be calling some stuff up. That's why you better watch what you say. You will call it into existence. So, let me tell you what happened day 4 yesterday. So, yesterday, you know, I went out on my errands and I did my little thrift store, and I told you, seen the shoplifter. If you watched my haul, you know I seen the shoplifter out of the C-van. I'll just repeat myself. You're low down and dirty if you steal from a store that benefits the battered women's shelter. You're a bad person. Anyway, day before yesterday, I had to go to the post office. And while I was at the post office, I thought, well, while I'm out, let me go get my gas. I hate going to get gas. I don't know why. It ain't like it's hard. It ain't like you jump out, you pump it, you get back in the car, and you leave. I'm going to tell you what I learned. You know, if you don't have but so much money in your bank, it'll make you go inside and pay. That's at any gas station. You have to have a certain amount in your bank. And I don't always have a certain amount in my bank when I need gas. And I hate having to walk in. It's just aggravating. I like to do it all at the pump. Walking in defeats doing it at the pump. So I found out that if you run it as credit instead of debit, it won't do that to you. I always get my gas at QT, knock on wood, every single time, unless I'm just completely out and I'm near something else. But what it'll ask you was enter your PIN number or hit enter to skip. So you hit the enter button, it skips it, runs it as credit. Then they also don't put a hold on your bank. Holly, one time, I don't know how many years back, she said somebody must try to use her card at the QT because it had a $20 charge on there that she did not do. And we're like, well, what did you do? She went and got her like something to eat and she got some gas. Come to find out, after she went back to either the bank or QT or both, they had put a $20 hold on her debit card to cover her gas. Now that's ridiculous. If you can do a point of sale, point of service, whatever the thing stands for, and other places the money comes, listen, by the time you swipe it, you can look on your bank and that money's out. If other places can do that, then gas stations can do that too. You don't put a hold on somebody's money. I mean, that's $20. What if that's the last $20 she had? So she figured that out. And then that's when she found out, and David found out. Nobody told me. Had to find out on my own that if you skip it and run it as credit, it won't do none of that. You don't have to go in, and you don't get a hold placed on it. So there is my tip for the day. Anyway, coming back from getting my gas, the way my block is set up is you're coming down the little main road. It's a cut through for Kannapolis. You can turn on the first road, make a right, and that's my street. And that way I can check the mail. That the mailbox sits across the street in front of my house. So I can just pull up, check the mail, pull right into my driveway. I live on a corner. Or if I don't need to check the mail, I go on down to the next block, make a left. Right there I am on the corner behind that house. So I was going to check my mail. I turn down that road, and there's this white house that sits on the corner. And out he's got like a little white fence. I'm looking, I'm like, what is that? On the side of the road, he had a pretty wooden desk. If I had somewhere to put it, I'd have gone back and got it too. And a set of plastic drawers. I got them over here. They're big. I looked them up. I didn't want to measure it. So I looked them up. Well, before I looked it up, I stood over here. I'm like, well, I'm going to tell you how tall I am. I'm 5'7", and it comes up to my waist, not my hips, my waist at my belly button. That's how tall it is. And then the measurements, when I finally found one online, is like 25 inches wide, which it looks like is a lot more than 2 feet, because I can, listen, that's got to be wrong. That's got to be bigger, because I can put at least 3 rulers over there. I can put at least a yard over there, at least. So the one I found, this one's going to be even more expensive. But I looked at it, I'm like, I think I need that in my craft room. So I come down the road, and I just went down to my driveway, turned around, come back, thinking, okay, you better get up there before somebody else sees that thing. The reason why I turned around is because it was on that side of the road, and if somebody came, I didn't want to be on the wrong side of the road. So I pulled up, and I got out. I'm going to tell you what, it looks brand new. There was at the bottom, the very bottom drawer where the handle was, there was like some cobwebs. It looks like maybe it had just been stored somewhere. There was no giblets inside from where like people had stored. You know how when you get store stuff in drawers and you clean them out, you got all them little giblets and you got to dump your drawer out and wipe it out. Well, I cleaned it, obviously. I didn't just put my stuff in there. I disinfected it. But it was like it had never been used, and the drawers pull out so easy. It filled up my whole trunk. Well, I have an SUV, and you know what they call the trunk. It filled up that whole compartment. So what I had over here was I had this little small brown plastic drawers that kind of looks like the basket weave on the front, you know, like we're going to be all fooled by that. It was over in the corner, and then where I had my makeup my my makeup mirror. It's one of them Clairol fold out kind, you know, that the mirror they fold out on the sides, and then you can turn it and light it, and then you can twist it for day, evening, whatever. I used to have one of them when I was a teenager. Found it at a thrift store how many ever years ago. Had to have it. It's good because it's got that magnifying side. You can twist it, you know. Well, what I have that sitting on is one of them standing jury armoires. Ain't that what they're called? Like on the 4 tall legs, and then you open it up, and it's got the drawers that pull out. I thought, well, I will move my brown, because that jewelry thing is old. Listen, it was a hand-me-down when I got it. It's old and chipped up, and it's terrible looking. So I slid that brown one down, filled up the whole corner over here with my brand new free one. So the one I looked up that said it was 2 feet wide, the cheapest one I found was $50. So I know this one is probably, I found one that might have been this one for $114. I'm thinking, well, maybe that's the difference in stores, but it might have been the difference in sizes, because this is a big daddy. Listen, I got some craft stuff. Over here in front, where I'm sitting in front of me, is this little 3 drawer. I've got 1, 2, 3 of them. I've got so many Sterilite. This is the rolling kind. Really nice. Heavy duty on the outside. Had David build me some wood toppers, because the way it's built, you know, if you set stuff right on top of these plastic shelves, it'll sink in, then you won't get your drawers open. Well, these are made like raised up around, and then the top of it is like recessed down. So I had him made me some wood things to rest on top of that, and then I got stuff stacked on it, and it doesn't sink them down. So if I did a 360, y'all think y'all see some stuff back here? If I did this camera 360 around, y'all's eyeballs be bugging out your head at the mess I got in this room. Anyway, what I got over here, where I'm sitting here, this is my desk. This is where I sit and do all my dealings. Over here to the left of me is where I got my ribbons, my scrapbook paper, my washi tape, all my divided 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 big divided things like you put screws and nuts and bolts in, full of stickers, beads, hardware things, miscellaneous. I got everything labeled so I know what's in what. So it is almost tall as me. Got my washi tape up there. Wish I had a drawer for my washi tape because I got some more coming. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Ooh, I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. This might be a long video. I'm not even going to look at the time. So I don't know if some of y'all watch all my hauls and some of y'all just come for the way in and leave. That's fine. But when I was at the doctor's up there at that little out of town thrift store where I always find the good stuff. Somebody does crafts up that way, and that is everybody in that town that does crafts. I think that's where they donate their stuff because I have gotten so many craft supplies up there, and they're always 50% off. Well, I had found that big box of ribbon for like $7, tons of ribbon, and I had it sitting over here behind my Cricut on my little table where my Cricut is, my Cricut and my laminator. Well, it comes with those plastic, just the little plastic cellophane type lids that just like fits over it. So I had it standing up and it had a handle on it. Well, I went to pick it up one day. Guess what happened? Yes, they all went kaflooey. So I sat here, picked up and re-rolled. Oh my gosh. How many rolls of ribbon was in that thing? 20 or 25? I don't know. 3, 6, 7, 8, like 8. And there was probably 5 or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there's like 5 or 6 rolls of ribbon in each spot. So that's how many rolls of ribbon I have. They're all decorative, pretty colors. I could be counting wrong. I don't know. Anyway, so I was able to rearrange over here, take some of the stuff in this bottom drawer that I don't really use a lot, put it over there in that, and then put my ribbon and stretch out some of my other, because I got so much ribbon. I got all 3 drawers of this. Well, now the bottom 2 drawers are just full of ribbon, because you just don't never know what flavor you're going to need. And then some of the other things like decorative scissors and just different little things I got a lot of those back here. They're going to come in handy right here in a little bit. So anyway, I was able to move around and rearrange some stuff into those big old drawers, and they're not even full. I got plenty more room for more stuff. If I ever get in here and decide to do a whole big old rearrange, then I got plenty of room to put stuff. So what I was telling you I'm excited about, I will, in case you don't know, I'll put a picture. It could be this side. It could be this side. I think it's this side. I will put a picture in of one of my Christmas gifts. David's like, well, do you want to wait for Christmas or do you want to go ahead and get it? Remember I told y'all back, however long back, whatever we went, every single time. I told y'all I wanted a die cut. Oh, when I found those, not when I found those stamps, when I got those stamps and dies in Happy Mail, it come with a die cutting where you could cut the die out and then stamp it, the matching set. And when I saw those dies, I told you then, I said I had been mulling around in my mind. I wanted a die cutting machine. I've been wanting one. So I told David, I said, I think I know what I want for Christmas, but I'm not sure. So he asked me, he said, well, do you still want that machine? I said, well, I got a new form of journaling I want to do. I've been watching on TikTok. I know, big surprise. It uses die cuts, stickers, like pretty vintage looking stuff. And y'all have sent me some of that stuff, and I have felt bad because my junk journals are junky. And I've used some of it, and I'm like, I have not put it to full use, and now it's going to be put to full use. So anyway, I was watching the one girl on TikTok who I like to watch, and she had a Shine haul. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. Shein. I heard of them, but I didn't know what all they had. She said she gets in the comments, she gets a lot of her stuff from there, and she did a little haul. And what she had was all the stuff that I need to do my little thing. So I said, well, I on this website, I said, I'm picking out stuff for you to buy. I said, so I think that's what I want for Christmas instead of the machine. And so he said, go ahead, order what you want. He said, this is what he said. He said, I'll hook you up. I said, okay. So I ordered up what I want. Their stuff is cheap. Oh my gosh. Their stuff is cheap. The only thing about it is, like, they get to pick some of these things for you. Like, they'll describe what it is, and then they get to pick the style or the design, which I'm fine with that. And these some things were specific, and some things I wouldn't have bought them if I wasn't fine with them picking whichever one of the designs I wanted. And it's like just all kind of paper craft items. So I went in there and told him, I said, well, I got you an order up. He said, okay, go ahead and order it. And so I ordered it, and we're sitting over there watching TV, whatever day that was. I can't remember what day that was. And he was home, so it must have been Saturday. I think we was sitting over there, and he said, well, do you still want that machine? I said, well, I ordered that other stuff instead. He goes, well, if you want your machine, go and get your machine. I said, are you serious? Yeah. I said, I can have my machine? Yeah. So I got 2 Christmas gifts. I got my die cutting machine and my paper crafting supplies. So the die cut machine come the very next day. It must have been in what we got 3 Amazon warehouses just right here. One's in Kannapolis, 2's in Concord, which is right here at Kannapolis. So just right around me are 3 big old Amazon warehouses. So it must have been in one of those for me to get it the next day. I was back here doing something. He said, your thing's here. It was heavy. I had no clue how heavy this thing is. I had to clean off my painting area. Like the old painting, I keep brown paper bags down. That's what I paint on. So I cleaned them off and dusted everything up. So I'd have somewhere to sit in my machine because trust me, the 360, there's nowhere on this table to put it. Since I can't get up and down off of chairs real easy, I have to have things pretty much at arm's length. If whatever the project I'm working on, what I'm doing at that time, I have to have the supplies for that project at arm's length because it's too hard. I can't just up and down, up and down, up. I can't do it. It's an ordeal. It's an ordeal. And so anyway, he got me that and that. And so I got my Christmas present early, and I'm real excited about it. The only thing is my Shine order said it had been shipped, but when I look, it said it won't be here till December 17th or 18th. That bummed me out because I'm ready to get started. And I bought my journal from there too, so I can't even like practice with what I got. I could practice on a regular piece of paper just to see how I would do, but I don't want to waste any of my cool stuff that I've already got on a blank piece of paper. I just soon wasted in my journal. And that way I could see how I progress, in the first, how they look, how I progress as I get better at it. And I'll keep watching my TikToks to watch how she does it. She just makes it look so effortless. She's so creative. And I can't think of her name. Something journals. I can't think of it, or I'll tell you. Oh, let me tell you this. Then I think we're going to go. I will say one thing that has helped me. Back when I was doing the blue points, I made Denise's chocolate party loaf. It saved me. It gave me that not a little Debbie taste, but a little Debbie vibe, a little snack cake vibe. It just gave me that, and so that saved me when I would get a sweet tooth because it was so low points. Well, since starting Simply Feeling, she has a cream of wheat bread. So, I don't know, back after I started Simply Feeling, I said, well, let me try it because it's 0 points for me. And who doesn't want a 0 point sweet when you get the urge? So that has saved me this week, making the cream of wheat bread. That saved me. I made Grace's oat bread the first part of the week. But I'm going to tell you what, mine don't look like hers, and mine don't look like this other woman's on her group. It comes out too, like another girl was talking, it's like somebody showed their picture of it. It looked like just a pretty oatmeal bread. It was light colored, and the texture of it was a beautiful bread. Some woman commented and she goes, mine don't look like that. Mine is more like a baked oatmeal. So I comment, I'm like, mine too. It's like a baked oatmeal. It's not like a bread looking thing like that. It's dark and moist. And, well, I mean, I ate it. I like toasted it in the toaster oven and smeared a little peanut butter on it and some pancake syrup and ate it like that. So that saved me. That saved me a lot. But this cream of wheat bread has really been saving me. The only difference, and she tells you can make it like this, but the recipe's not written like that, I don't think. I'm going to look it up and link it in the description box. So if you're doing Simply Feeling, you need to go check it out because it's a 0 point food. I use a third a cup instead of a banana, I use a third a cup of pumpkin, and then I also add a half a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. I think it's already got cinnamon in it, and I add to it the pumpkin pie spice. So that's the only two differences I make when I make mine, and it is so good. Who knew cream of wheat would make a bread? So, like I said, I will find that for you. Simply Fit. You people that still counts your points, it's low in points, so you want to look at it too. Anyway, that's Dish with D, Denise. I know her as Denise. That's how when I met her, how many ever long ago, I met her as Denise, and so I have a hard time calling her D. A lot of y'all know her as D. So if I ever say Denise, that's who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Dish with D. So I think that's all. I think that was all I was having to say to y'all today. I'm pretty sure that's a lot. I'm still not going to look at that time up there. I'm going to wait till I get on my editing, and then my eyes will probably bug out at how long we just talked. So anyway, that's all I know for today. Happy with my loss. Hope I keep it up. Oh, no, we're not through. We were going to talk about intentions. Our challenge this week has been intentions. We were supposed to pick 2 intentions a day, what we intended to do that day. Listen, you know I sucked at self-care. I sucked at intentions. Now, I still have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to bring it home. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, because this is Thursday. So I still have over half the week to bring it home. My one intention was to track every day. I ain't tracked the first thing. Not the first thing have I tracked. And I never come up with a second intention. In the back of my mind, I try to drink my water, which I ain't been doing that because I'm terrible at drinking water. But I never picked a second intention. I was not intentional about picking intentions. So I'm going to work on that today. My intention is to track, and I'm only tracking my pointed foods. I do not track my Simply Feeling foods. That's part of the joy and beauty of the program is you don't have to. And my second intention is I'm going to try to watch my portions because I do feel like I ate too much this week. I know I lost weight, so apparently I did eat a lot less than I ate the week before to get that weight off, but I want to keep getting it off, and so I need to watch my portion sizes. So listen, there's so much y'all could comment on in this video. But how y'all doing in your intentions? Are you doing better than me? You have to be doing better than me because I've been in the pits. So now I think we're through. Get on your intentions. Pick them out and do them. I'm going to try to. Do as I say, not as I do. So that is it for me today. I hope you go into the weekend and listen, tomorrow's your Friday. You people that work, like I said last week, Friday's just another day to me. When you don't work, they all run together. You don't hardly know the weekend. The only way I do know the weekend is because David's home. Other than that, I wouldn't know this weekend. So anyway, tomorrow's your Friday, and so I will see you, unless I think of something to do tomorrow, who knows. Every time I say I'll see you on meal prep Saturday, I end up doing something on Friday. That's just how it goes. Or if I say I'm going to see you on this a certain time, I end up doing something in between. So who knows? I will just see you when I see you. How about that? Okay, bye.